Today, we're in Frederick, Maryland, where I'm going to be interviewing Niki Falzone, who is the CEO of Platoon 22. Platoon 22's mission is to help end veteran suicide by working and reintegrating with the veterans and their families transitioning from military life to civilian life. I'm your host, Kevin Grolig. This is American Dream TV. Let's go. Niki, I have to say the facility here is beautiful. Why don't you tell us a little bit about, the inspiration behind it and your mission?
Absolutely. So Platoon 22 was founded in 2014 in response to 2 veterans that tragically took their lives. And what we realized is that our community really needed a support and an advocate for those veteran issues. So we addressed the veteran suicide epidemic by addressing the upstream barriers that veterans face transitioning out of military service. So addressing things like housing stability, employment, food insecurity, access to benefits, understanding the health care that's afforded to them, different things like that, so we can really advocate for them and help them in their transition.
So Niki, why don't you tell me a little bit about some of the photos on the wall and who some of the people are and some of the stories?
Absolutely. So it was very important for us to feel that the veterans here in our county and our community would see themselves on the wall. So we were very intentional in who we selected, and it was important for us to find faces that would relate. So everyone would diversity, inclusion, there's single veterans, there's families, every creed is represented on this wall.
Right. Now I recognize one right here. Can you tell me a little bit about this family here?
Absolutely. So my husband and I are both Marine Corps veterans. I served as an intelligence analyst for 4.5 years, stationed in California for most of my time, met my husband there. We transitioned out in 2012. I was blessed enough to be introduced to Platoon 22. I've been with them since inception in 2014, served as a board member, and now I'm currently serving as the executive director.
So Niki, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you either find the veterans, or is it a little bit like the veterans finding you?
So it definitely is a little bit of both. We do our best to reach the veterans where they are and be in the community as much as possible, attending events and really trying to make ourselves integral into our local community. But sometimes they find us, and while we're talking about it, I'd love to tell you a story about a veteran that we've been recently working with. So he was actually homeless and was living in the woods just across the street from the center and watched the construction of the building. And through finding us, coming in, he was able to utilize laundry and shower services, employment services, financial assistance to be able to get back on track, and is now currently living in a home of his own and gainfully employed, volunteering in the community, and has really done a complete 180 in the last 18 months that we've been working with him.
So tell me a little bit about the art gallery you have here.
Absolutely. So we were founded to raise awareness for the suicide epidemic, and it is a collection of 22 veterans that unfortunately have taken their lives. It's a reminder for us to keep working until that number is done. All of them are tied to Maryland in some way, and the collection was painted by a Marine Corps veteran. And this collection is a reminder of the work that we still need to do and that needs to be done. We are always looking at ways to improve our services, to offer more programs. So we just launched an affordable housing program, transportation, a food pantry for food insecurity, and the recreation and peer support, which is really great. The art inspired that. So we've been able to do creative workshops, journaling, and different ways that can be alternative and adaptive modalities of healing for our veterans.
So that's it for today. How can you not be impressed by Niki Falzone and the mission of Platoon 22? Thanks once again for joining me today. I'm your host, Kevin Grolig. This is American Dream TV. See you next time.